Hello, is everyone able to see me? Hi, is everyone able to see me? Can I get a response from everyone present in? Hello, hello.
Hello everyone. How is everyone? How is everyone? How is everyone? Hello everyone. How is everyone? How is everyone? Okay. I want everyone to respond in. We would be starting the class. Let's wait for other children to join in, other students to join in. We'll start the class then. Let's wait for other students to join in. How is everyone? How was your day? How is everyone? I need a response from everyone present in. That's good, Kolanka. Your name is Kokanda, yes? I am good. How about you? How is everyone? So today we would be studying about one of the most interesting subjects. Any guesses? Any guesses? No? It is none other than history subject. History. You must be thinking that history as an interesting subject. Yes, it is. Once you start learning it, start exploring it, and start knowing the facts involved in it, you would definitely love it. And before starting with the class, I would like to tell you one of the most exciting feature of Unacademy. It is none other than what do you say, Unacademy ask a doubt feature. So you'll get unlimited, you can ask unlimited doubts, ask doubt at any time, high quality video solutions in English and Hindi, receive exact matches for your questions, obtain instant and accurate solution to lakhs of questions, get assistance with homework. So it is a very simple feature. Just click on the doubt option, ask a doubt option, Step 2, take a picture or choose from a gallery. Select a picture of your question. Crop to highlight one with a specific question. Choose the subject that falls under. Sit tight and you'll receive your solution very soon. So we are running with plus feature batches. You can use my code 8837 to receive a discount of 10%. So today we would be studying about one of the most interesting chapter, that is what, where, how and when. Okay, so what happened, where did it happen, how it happened, and when did it happen? So we will be studying about all these things in this chapter. Okay, before starting with the chapter, I would like to introduce myself. I am Alisha and I'm a Bachelor of Commerce and I'm a Six Sigma certified professional. I have a total experience of 6 years. I'm a passionate educator and a corporate trainer and coach. So I would like everybody to join in and listen about this one of the most interesting chapter, that is what, where, how and when. So what is history? History is a chronological or temporal account of events as they took in place in past. So are you aware? Can anybody tell me what kind of transport do you guys travel in nowadays? What kind of transport do you use? Kokanda, can you tell me? Mohit, can you tell me? Harsh, Virush, I want everybody to answer in. What is the correct response? What kind of transport do you use nowadays? What kind of transport do you use, guys? I want everybody to answer in. Bus, train. Yes, absolutely correct. Bus, train is the correct answer. But at the time of your grandfather, they must be using transport like bullock carts, or they usually walk. So history is a chronological, anything that take place, that take change in the time period frame is chronological or temporal account of event. And we would be studying about history today. First thing that we would be studying would be food. What people ate at that time, what kind of clothes they used to wear, what kind of houses they used to live in. So I would like to give a very simple quote. Those who don't study the past are condemned to repeat it. So Sarla is asking me a question, that we have a mentee today or not. We would be studying about the chapter today, so we don't have mentee as of now. But in future, we would definitely have mentee. I want your full attention, Sarla, Kokna, everybody who is present in. So, history is a chronological or temporal account of events, as I told you, and the quote that we read right now is, those who don't study about the past are condemned to repeat it. That means if you don't know what has happened in the past, what has happened in the history, so you would like to repeat that mistake again in the future. For example, Britishers has invaded India. You must know the reason why Britishers have invaded India. Is that right or wrong? We should know the reason. Yes, we should always know the reason that why Britishers invaded the India. If we don't know the reason, there are likely chances that some other country would invade us again. So those who don't study past, जो history के बारे में नहीं पढ़ते, are condemned to repeat it. They would repeat that mistake again and again. So let's move forward and discuss about where did people live. So at earlier time, people used to call in them hunters and gatherers. So before starting with the complete chapter, I want response from everyone. I want thumbs up, I want reply, I want questions, I want an interactive class, interactive session. So I want everybody to respond in Konkana, Sarla, everybody present in the class. Who is present in the class? Mohit. Who is present? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get an acknowledgement from everybody present in? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone who is present in my class? I want a response. Very dull, very dull. What is happening? पढ़ने का मन नहीं है. Everybody is sleeping. What is happening? I want everybody to respond in. Hi Laka, how are you? So, पहले के टाइम में people used to call them hunters and gatherers. What does hunters and gatherers mean? Hunters are the people that usually involved in hunting of animals, and gathering is gathering of fruits, vegetables, and from things that is easily available in villages and what do you say, jungles. So people at that time don't used to live in houses, bungalows, but they used to live in where did you used to live in? Vipin, can you reply in? Where the people at that time used to live in? So people at that time used to live in jungles. They used to live in long grasslands, and they were dependent only on two things, that is hunting and gathering. Hunter means hunting of animals, and gathering means gathering of leaves, vegetable, fruit all around. And they kept on moving from one place to another. They didn't have a fixed permanent location. And since water is very essential, can you live without water? Can anybody tell me who can live without water? Konkana, can you live without water? Vipin, can you live without water? Mohit, can you live without water? We cannot live without water. So, water is very essential. So, people used to stay near rivers like Narmada, and they settle around the river so that water could be easily available for them. At a point of time like 8,000 years back, there was a climatic change in the earth. Earth became much hotter, and this led to a very good news for them. What was the good news for them? They were able to grow vegetables. They were able to grow vegetables. They were able to grow crops, and they started doing cropping. They started involved in farming. Suleiman and Kathia. Can anybody see the highlighted portion? The Kathia and the Suleiman hills now lies in Pakistan. So around 8,000 years back, people started doing started growing wheat and barley in that area. And in the northeast, can you see the Garo hills that is highlighted? In the northeast part, people started growing crops. That is in the northeast part of India. Then they started cattle rearing to get meat, wool and skin. Rice was first grown in Vindhya. Everybody able to see Vindhya's area? So Vindhyas is in the Madhya Pradesh and the border of Maharashtra. So the rice was first grown in Vindhyas. And people started doing cattle rearing. Cattle rearing is rearing of animals like cow, sheep, and this also helped them a lot. They got meat, they got wool, they got skin. Everything was available for them at that time. So is everybody clear with this topic? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get an acknowledgement from everybody who is present in my class? Konkana, Vipin, Mohit, anybody who can respond in and say this topic is clear? Okay, let's move forward and discuss about the fourth point, where did people live? So, as I told you, water was very essential for them to live in, and water is also very essential for growing crops. So, around 47, so people started staying near which city? Near tributaries of Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, and small villages came into place, and then villages got converted into, what do you say, civilization, cities. So around 4700 years ago, some of the early cities flourished along with the bank of Indus and its tributaries is Indus Valley civilization. Later, about 2500 years ago, cities developed on a Ganga. So 2500 baad saal pehle, what happened? And the cities of Ganga, the bank of Ganga and its tributaries and along the sea coast, there these areas along these rivers to the south of Ganga was known as Magda, now lying in the state of Bihar. So Magda kingdom came into place. Its rulers were very, very powerful and they set up a large kingdom. So is everybody clear with this? Any doubts? Any question? Please go ahead and ask in. So Konkana is replying in, Vipin is replying in. Who else is very attentive in my class? Who can answer me? So, the next topic that we would be studying is traveling of people. Do you guys love how to travel? Love to travel? I love to travel, and I keep on exploring on new places. So at that time also, like 8,000 years back, 4,000 years back, people were involved in traveling, and we would be studying that what were the reason of traveling. So people traveled from one part of the subcontinent to another. The hills, the mountains, including Himalayas, deserts, rivers, seas, made their journey dangerous but never impossible. So people at that time used to travel in hills, high mountains. Hills में भी travel करते थे, high mountains में, including Himalayas, desert, river, seas, and made journey dangerous. So they made their journey adventurous but never impossible. So traveling was very important. Like in today time, we love to travel because of n number of reasons. So people used to travel because of n number of reasons as that time also. So they moved in the search of livelihood or to escape droughts, floods, or natural disaster. So the people started moving just because they wanted to look for livelihood. What do you refer by livelihood? Because livelihood means earning of food, earning of things, getting what do you say, gathering, hunting. So all these things involve traveling to escape from droughts, to escape from floods and natural disaster. Armies used to conquer lands, merchants to trade, religious teachers walked from village to village, town to town, stopping to offer instruction and advice on the way. So armies, like today time, have you ever listened that armies are going from one place to another? They want to save us, so they travel from one place to another so that we are protected and nobody is able to conquer our land. Similarly, trades to buy goods, to sell their goods. So people at that time travel from one place to another because of trade. And religious teachers walked from village to village, town to town to spread the word of wisdom. They used to travel from one place to another just because they wanted to spread the word of wisdom, and some for adventure. Like today time, we travel for fun, we travel for adventure. So at that time also, people used to travel because of adventure. Is everybody clear? Can I get an acknowledgement from everyone? Any doubts, any questions, please go ahead and ask for that why traveling for people was important. I want everybody to answer in. I want everybody to answer in. Is everybody clear with this topic? So, let's move ahead and discuss about this topic, effects of traveling. Since there are many positive effects of traveling, like nowadays, if you travel to, for example, Jaipur, and you like something over there, you would carry that tradition, that culture back to your house. Is that so? Yes, no, maybe, may not be. Shraddha, I am asking you, if you travel to, for example, any place, for example, if you are traveling to Jaipur, you will like the art and culture over there, and you will ask the people to, you will carry that art and culture back to your house, and you will say this is a beautiful thing that they have created. So, it had a very positive impact. Traveling brings a very positive impact in our life. These moments of people, the moment that happened at that time, enrich our culture and tradition. People have shared new ways of carving stones, composing music, and even cooking food for several hundreds of years. So people were involved in cooking food. Like if you travel to, for example, Maharashtra, you like some things, for example, you like pav bhaji over there, and you'll say and come here and say to your mom coming back to Delhi, and you'll say, mom, can you cook this food for me, because I really like that food. So it had a positive impact, and you take that culture back to your place. You love the music there, and you bring that culture back to the place. It is something that is bringing your effects, the positive impacts of traveling. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shraddha. So, I hope everybody is clear with the effects of traveling. Okay. Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a response that everybody is clear? Can I get a response from everyone? Yes, Neha, Mohit, Shraddha. Okay. So, name of land. You must be thinking that from where did we get our name of land? Can anybody tell me fatafat that where did we get our name? Which river helped us to get the name of river? Can anybody tell me in my class? Can anybody help me in telling which river, from which river did we get our name? Anybody present in my chat who could answer me? Nobody? Nobody could answer. So, we got our name from the river called Indus, and Indus is called Sindhu in Sanskrit. So, like 2500 years back, we had a very good relationship with Iranis and Greeks. So, they used to travel from one place to another, and they traveled to India by the river called Indus, and they thought and if they wanted to travel and if they wanted to reach India, they can only reach by the river called Indus. And then we got our name India, Indus, Sindhu, Hindu, Hindustan, Hindus, and the land to the east of river was called India. So this is how we got our name. Is everybody clear with this topic? From where did we got the name of India? Yes, Indus. Absolutely correct. Konkana gave me the correct answer. Indus. Absolutely correct. So, due to Indus, which is called Sindhu in Sanskrit. Bharat. From where did we get this name Bharat? The name of the Bharat was used by the group of people who lived in northwest. So they were a group of people who used to live in northwest part of India, and they called our nation India Bharat, and then it came into place Bharat, and it was also mentioned in the earliest composition in Sanskrit, which was written like 3500 years ago, and it is because of this our nation got our name Bharat. Is everybody clear? Shraddha, Konkana, Neha, Mohit. Is everybody clear with this topic? Can I get an acknowledgement? Can I get a thumbs up? Who would respond in? I want an answer from everyone present in my class. Okay. Yes, I'm getting reply. That's good. So let's move forward and discuss about past. So what is manuscripts? Manuscripts is, menu means hand and scripts means written. So anything which is written by hand and is called manuscripts. So the books written by hand long ago are called manuscripts. Manu means hand and scripts means written. They were usually written on palm leaf or on specially prepared bark of a tree known as bridge. So people at that time didn't have paper or books to write in. What they did, they got palm leaves. उन्होंने palm leaves को पेड़ से उतारा and they started writing it. And what all things they could write it on? The bridge. Bridge is a tree, the bark of the tree that is found in Himalayas. So people started doing that. They were very, very intelligent. Is that so? They were very intelligent and they started using these things to write about the facts, about the things that happened at that time. And this has really helped us. आप ही सोचते होंगे, you must be thinking that from where did we get this information, from where we can check about history. It is none other than from manuscripts. Manuscripts has helped us to know about history. Is everybody clear? So these books dealt with all kind of subjects: religious beliefs, practices, the lives of kings, medicines and science. Many of these were written in Sanskrit, other were written in Prakrit, language used by ordinary people, and Tamil. So these manuscripts were very, very helpful because it contained information for all the subjects. सारी information मिल जाती थी. So religious beliefs, practices, the lives of kings, medicines and science. Many of these were written in Sanskrit language, other were written in Prakrit language, that is a locally used language, and in Tamil. So all these things were available in manuscripts. So can anybody tell me what is inscriptions? What is inscriptions? Menu means hand, and inscriptions means anything that is written on a very hard substance. So this is called inscriptions. These were writing on relatively hard surfaces such as stone or metal. Have you ever seen Qutub Minar or any other monument which would have inscriptions all over? We would be seeing the images of manuscripts. These are the manuscript images, and inscriptions is something that is written on a very hard substance. Khurat ke, guard ke, anything that is written on a very hard substance, it is inscription. And it has a very good advantage over manuscripts. What happened to manuscripts? Manuscripts would get damaged easily. It was perishable in nature, and it is very difficult for us to store manuscript at that time, for people to store manuscripts at that time. So they started using inscriptions. And inscriptions, since it was written on a very hard substance, so it was stored very easily. Okay, can I get an acknowledgement that everything is clear? So manuscripts, page from palm leaf manuscripts. Manuscripts were written about thousands and thousands of years ago. Palm leaves were cut into pages and tied together to make books. Is everybody clear with this topic? Is everybody clear? Can I get an acknowledgement from everybody who is present in my class? Konkana, Shraddha, Neha, Mohit. Anybody who could respond and say they are clear. Okay, let's move forward and discuss about archaeologists. So archaeologists, let me break this word, and this would really help you to understand the meaning very carefully. Arch means old and logis means something that we can study. So anything which helps to study, any person who studies about the past thing is known as archaeologist. Those who study these objects are called archaeologists. They study the remains of building made up of stone, brick, paintings and sculpture. So they used to study about buildings of stone, brick, painting and sculpture. They also explored and excavate. Excavate का मतलब क्या होता है? They used to dig under the surface of earth to find about of tools, to find out weapons, to find about pots, pans, ornaments and coins. So all these things. So archaeologists are none other than the people who helped us to explore about history, to know. They helped in to know about history. Hi Krishi, thank you for joining in. So all these things that archaeologists helped in finding were tools, weapons, pots, ornaments and coins. Some of these objects may be made of stone, other of bone, baked or clay or metals. Objects that are made up of very hard and imperishable substances usually survive for a longer period of time. So all these things that are not imperishable in nature were easily find. They were easily available for the archaeologists. They used to go in a place, they think about, after studying about any place, they used to dig in and find out tools and weapons, and this helped us to know about history. And these objects were imperishable. Imperishable means that are not perishable, जो destroy नहीं होते with nature. So archaeologists also look for bones of animals, birds and fish to find out what people ate in the past. So archaeologists ने क्या करा? They started digging up the place. They digged up the place and find out animals, birds and fish, and that people really helped us. All this information that is gathered by archaeologists, a very intelligent persons who help to study about history, to who helps us to study about past, help us to find out what people ate in the past. Okay, so these are the images. Can you see the images in your screen? Is anybody able to see the images on your screen? So these images, a pot from an old city, pot like these were used like 4700 years back. So these type of information, these type of objects that is been digged and find out by the help of hello, how are you? Thank you for joining in. So all these things that is being digged up and taken out from the earth's surface is with the help of archaeologists help us to determine about the past. So an old silver coin. Is everybody able to see the old silver coin? Hello. Yes, these silver coins such as these one were used about 2500 years back. So all these things were very important and they help to ascertain about the past. Without these things we cannot know about past. And who helped us? Can anybody tell me who helped us to know about the past things? It is none other than archaeologists. Archaeologist means the person who study about the past. So let's move forward and discuss about the topic, that is, what does date mean? What does date mean? Can anybody tell me today's date? What is today's date? क्या डेट है आज? Can anybody tell me? Choco, can you tell me what is today's date? I want a response from everyone. What is today's date? I don't know today's date. Can anybody help me in telling today's date? What is today's date? Nobody is replying me. I think everybody is sleeping at their home and nobody is able to reply in. So today's date is 18th. What do you refer by 18th? Neha has replied in. 18 means, oh, today is 19th. Yes, today is 19th. So what do you refer by 19th? Feb. 19th means day. Is that right? Hi Gitika. Hi Aditi. So today is 19th Feb. Is that right? 19 means day. Feb means month. And what do you refer by 2021? What do you refer by 2021? Is this a year AD or BC? Before Christ or after Christ? Anno Domino. So what is 2021? 2021 is years after the birth of Christ. Is that right? So if somebody asks you for the date, you would probably mention the day, the month and the year. That is 2000 and something. These years are counted from the date generally assigned to the birth of Jesus. Who is birth of Jesus? Who is Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ is the Lord of Christianity. And we usually measure the dates on the basis of birth of Christ. Is that right? In your history, whenever you would be studying history subject in coming chapters, you would be studying about 2000 years after the birth of Christ, 2000 years after the birth of, before the birth of Christ. So all these things are in the common area, and we would be studying the history in terms of AD and BC, before Christ, and time after the birth of Jesus is called Anno Domino. So 2000 means 2000 years after the birth of Christ, and all dates before the birth of Christ are counted backwards and usually have a letter BC before Christ added on, and time after the birth of Jesus is called Anno Domino, AD. So when we are asked about, for example, 2019, 2020, 2021, you would say AD 2021. It is the time after the birth of Christ. So common area was used instead of AD, and BC before common area was used instead of BC. So all these things, the dates things, the things that we would be studying about history in coming chapters. So we would be studying dates in relation to AD and BC. So if this is an example of a number line, anything that is happened before the birth of Christ are counted backwards, and any time after the birth of Jesus is called AD or Anno Domino. So I hope everybody is clear. Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a reply from everyone who is present in? Aditi, Geetika, Neha, Choco, Mohit, Shraddha, Konkana. So I want everybody to respond in. And Jesus Christ is the Lord of Christianity, and all these things are the dates are usually mentioned in the relation to the birth of Christ. So we should always remember this topic, that it is relation to the birth of Christ. So if we divide, what you think, if we divide this thing, a pen, into half part, and the half part would be BC before the Christ and AD. So you would be asked in your exam ki BC before Christ, how we count the dates. So all dates before the birth of Christ are counted in a backward direction. That is really important for you guys to remember in. If you don't remember in, you would be getting your marks detected in your exam. So you should remember it. Is that so? I hope everybody would remember this thing. This is a very important thing. So now from the starting, I would be telling you that what we have covered in this chapter, we have studied about where did people live, what kind of food they eat. Food, as I told you, There were only two survival things at that time. The two survival things at that time was hunting and gathering. And for hunting and gathering, they kept on moving from one place to another, and they didn't stay on one place. Also, water is very important source of our living. We cannot live without water. So they stayed near the tributaries of Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, and started creating villages. Villages came into cities. So all these things are a very important thing to be remembered. From where did they get clothes? They get their clothes from trees. They got their clothes from sheep. They got their clothes from, once they hunt for animals, they cut out their what you say, their skin, and the skin was used for their clothes. Houses, like today's time, as we discussed, like in today's time, we lived in houses which are like bungalows, apartments, but at that time people used to live in villages, small cities. They used to live in, what you say, jungles, large grasslands, and eventually their style of living changed. And the topic that we covered was Narmada river. When did hunting and gathering, what do you refer by hunting and gathering? We have covered this. We have covered about Suleiman and Kathia hills that now lies in Pakistan. We have covered about Garo hills that lies in northeast part of India, Vindhyas. So all these farming techniques was started in this area. And when did it happen? It happened like 8,000 years back. 8,000 years back. Can you imagine 8,000, 25,000? All these things has happened. 4,700 years back, Indus Valley civilization came into place. So we should remember these days. These dates will be very helpful for us. If we don't remember these days, the chances that this would come in your exam. So you should remember these days. Traveling of people, we have discussed what kind, how people travel at a time, and what were the reason for trade, to conquer lands, to conquer for their livelihood, to escape from droughts. Religious teachers, like people used to travel from one place to another, and some for adventure, like nowadays we travel for adventure. Then we discussed about the effects of traveling, that traveling gave an very positive effects in our life, and we discussed this in very detail. Then we discussed that how we got our name from Indus River, and where did India originated, how this India name came into place, and it was given by whom? It was given by Iranis and the Greeks from the river called Indus, Indus River. Bharat, how does Bharat came into place? So all these things we have read it in detail. This was covered in detail, and then we read about manuscripts. Manu means hand, and anything that is written by hand are called manuscripts. So they were usually written on palm leaves and on the bridge of tree. These books had contained all the information, and this really helped us to know about our past, what has happened in the past. So we, in coming chapters of history, you would be studying that how come people have learned about history and how manuscripts have helped them. And then we discuss about inscriptions. We have discussed this in a complete detail. Inscriptions thing. Inscriptions is writing something on a very hard substance. And then we saw the images of manuscripts. These are the images of manuscripts that were written on palm leaves. So this also helped in a lot for us to ascertain information about past. How did to find about past? Archaeologists. So anything, any person who studies about old things, who study about past, who help us to know about future, history, are none other than archaeologists. And archaeologists are very important for us because they help us to determine what has happened in history. If archaeologists or manuscripts would have been not there in the place, we won't know, and the chances are there that we would have repeated the mistake again. Is that so? Is everybody clear with this topic? Then came into the images that we discussed, the images bought from an old city. Pots like these were found out by excavating, by exploring like 4700 years back. And right images are of silver coins that were used in the form of 2500 years ago. These coins were used for exchange, silver coins, gold coins, and archaeologists are the person that help us to find about past. Is everybody clear? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a reply from everyone that we are clear till this topic? Is everybody clear? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone who is present in my class? Yes, no, maybe, may not be. I need a thumbs up. I need a reply from everyone who is present in my class. Okay. Will I get a reply? I'm waiting for the reply, then I'll move forward. I want a reply from everyone who is present in my class. Maybe a thumbs up, maybe a thumbs down. A reply that would help me to gain information that you are clear with this topic, and then we'll move forward. I want Neha, Gitika, Choco, Shraddha, anybody who is present in my class to give a thumbs up so that we can move forward. Okay, so what does date means? We have studied this in detail that anything that has happened before the birth of Christ is counted backwards, and anything after the birth of Christ is called anno domino, and anything before the birth of Christ is being counted as before Christ. Is that right? Is everybody clear on this topic? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a reply from everybody present in? So I need a response from everyone who is present in my class. Yes, no, maybe, may not be, anything that would help me to gain an information that you guys are clear on this topic. Okay, so before ending with this session, I would like to tell you one of the most interesting information that in the starting I told you that we are back with the privilege that anybody could ask their doubts. They can go ahead and ask for unlimited doubts, unlimited questions, especially for maths and science. We would go ahead and answer in all your questions, and this would really help you in your getting your homework solved on time. So we would be solving this, we would be helping you, we would be assisting you in all the subjects. So you could also use my code AA37 to avail a 10% discount. Okay, and the code is also mentioned is alive, AAAALIVE 10, to unblock free live classes and free tests at the below links. I have also shared the links. You can go ahead and check out for the links below. It is for class 6, 7th and 8th, and you can ask your friends and cousins to join in Unacademy, the largest growing platform. So Unacademy not only helps you to prepare for your exam, but also help you to prepare in to solve all your doubts. So, and also a very important thing to tell you about, that we are going to start with compact. We are back with Unacademy compact, and it is a weekly scholarship test for class 6, India largest weekly competition. Level up for preparation for class 6 final exams, and we would be offering scholarship worth rupees 75 lakhs in February. Fast pace with real time things. So this compact would really help you guys in preparing your exams, and we would be asking you challenging questions, and detailed video solutions would be available, and these are available in two languages, that is English and Hindi. So what to wait for? Just go ahead and enroll. The date is 21st February, and time would be 12th of 12 p.m. So go ahead and enroll in, guys. This is a very nice activity that help you to increase your knowledge and participate in, and you would be eligible for scholarships. Unacademy is distributing 75 lakhs in February. Scholarship worth rupees 75 lakhs. So go ahead and enroll in now. So the timing would be February 21, 12 p.m. Is everybody ready? Will everybody enroll in? So is everybody ready and would enroll in? Fast. I want reply. I want everybody in my class to enroll in. Is everybody ready? Will everybody give me an answer? I want a response that who would participate in Unacademy Compact. I want everybody to join in. This is a very nice feature, and it would really help you to prepare for exams. So, any questions, any doubt related to this chapter? Any questions, any doubts from anybody who could help me with their doubts? I am pleased to offer. I am pleased to solve your queries. Any doubt, any problem, please go ahead and ask in. Any doubts, any questions, you could go ahead and ask me for your doubts. I am ready to hear in. Otherwise, I would be ending this session. I need a reply from everyone who is present in my class. So, I think everybody is clear with this topic. This was a chapter 1 of history. My name is Alisha. You could see me back again on this channel. Ask your friends to follow Unacademy. You could follow me. My name is Alisha, and I'm your social science educator. I would be helping you to solve all your queries and doubts in class for class 6, 7th and 8th. Ask your friends to join an academy. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who has joined in this class and made this class a very interactive place. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Thank you everyone. Bye everyone. Thank you so much.